Before you can do something, you must first be something.
Build images in our mind of what we'd like to do and then set out and do it.
The balance of the population have either very vague goals or no goals at all.
A man's environment is a merciless mirror of him as a human being.
And we have to train our mind to think or look for the positive or the good in things.
Understand that you can alter your realms by your train of thought. And if you can't free your mind, then you're a slave to this realm.
The brain transmits and receives frequency. Those frequencies affects physical matter in the universe at the quantum level.
The slavery is not physical anymore. It's mental. The mind is but a magnet to what you want.
We become what we think about most of the time.
And that's why it is important to work with demons. Now, what do I mean when I say demons? D meaning negative, mon meaning emotions, as in let's do this, right? We're going to see, as when we talk about demons and angels and all of these things, just think of this as the personified entities that live within us, within our subconscious, right? So I've been trying with you. I don't even know if I should just leave you to hang down, right? But think about this as the personified entities that live within us. So as you know, there are actual like demons and angels, right? Like in religious texts. Most people don't even know the names of the demons, but they do the angels, right? And when you look at what these demons rule over, such as lust, greed, even being lazy. I'm just going to leave the flowers down. Even being lazy. If you think about these things, these are actual emotions and things that we have within ourselves, right? So, guys, remember, what's on the outside is also playing from what's on the inside. So you also have your inner heaven within yourself and an inner hell within yourself, right? And us pretending that it is human nature to be completely good is ridiculous, because we aren't completely good, okay? We don't just have positive aspects within ourselves. We are as complex as the universe itself, and we are like representations of the universe and as life as a whole, okay? So even when you think of yourself, and why I tell you you're so precious, is because what you're seeing outwardly plays within you as well. You know what I mean? You have your inner sanctuary, but you also have your inner hell. The demons that you're fighting, you know, the positive aspects about yourself, the virtuous aspects about yourself, the angelic energy you have within yourself. All of us have this complex mix of a universe within ourselves, you know. So you can't, as much as, you know, with Abrahamic religions, such, okay, I don't even want to get really into like the religious side of it, but more of like the psychological side of it. But we are that complex. And when you only want to acknowledge the positive sides of who you are lying to yourself, because that isn't a full representation of who you are. And the sooner you come acquainted with the darker aspects of your personality and of who you are, you'll have a more whole-rounded, well-rounded, like idea of who you are, essentially. And so the moment that you familiarize yourself with the darker aspects of who you are, you can integrate those things healthily into who you are as a whole, and then use that to your benefit, okay? So that's why I say knowledge is power, because you can command demons, as in you can command the parts of you that you have suppressed, the negative parts of you that you have suppressed. and tell them what to do so they can do it the way you want it to be done. Like, okay, I'm gonna show like a plurality within people that practice like other types of forms of spirituality, and then show you guys like within psychology what do I mean. So people that practice other forms of spirituality, right? Some people generally do pray to angels and work with angels. And the general consensus with that is that they're going to do things, but in a very strict and virtuous way, right? And then there are people that work with darker entities, and they are by any means necessary, like quick, this isn't about morality. Like, if you want it done, it'll be done type of vibe. You know what I mean? Now, let's take this to a psychological aspect. Is essentially, you know that you're good at lying, right? Lying in itself, I guess, is a bad thing. Okay. But instead of like going, cheating on your husband and lying to him about it, right? You go into sales, or you go into marketing, right? You use your ability to bend the truth in a way that benefits you. Do you understand where I'm going with this? As in, like, you take that aspect of yourself and you're like, okay, I know I'm persuasive. So instead, I'll go into marketing or sales, or a place where I need to communicate with people, convince people to buy into an idea, to buy into a product, right? So you are weaponizing, you are making the most of that dark trait of yours. You are gaining power over your inner demons, the part of you that socially is not acceptable and is a darker quality. And the thing with working with the lower parts of yourself is that, guys, we live in a world where there are polarities. You thinking that you are just gonna gallop on the streets and ignore all the darker sides of you. You need those parts of you to become a better version of yourself. You need to confront your demons. If you know that you're a jealous person, jealousy stems from somewhere. You ignoring the fact that you have a tendency to become possessive and jealous, you ignoring it doesn't mean that you're not still that person. You are that person. So you need to sit down with yourself, head on, and address those parts of yourself so that you can be authentic. Because if you don't know the darker parts of yourself, and if you don't know like your insecurities, people will weaponize it. You become less powerful because you're not willing to accept and acknowledge and integrate. And these lower parts of ourselves are extremely powerful. People are managed to make the most life-altering decisions when they're thinking from lower places. Like, people can go out and like other people. That is a very insane and intense thing to do from these lower places. You know what I mean? So imagine if somebody can do so much damage. Imagine what good you can do and how you can propel yourself forward in life if you can harness this energy and use it and transmutate it and alchemize it into something that's necessary for you. So yeah, I went through a period of my life where people that were greater entities, that had greater socio-economic powers than I do, that were attached to like bigger entities in general, like school systems, student accommodation systems and whatever, and going back and forth with them and just feeling powerless because realizing that in this life, people that have more resources just generally get to bulldoze over the rest of us, like generally. And even having the type of government that I do have, and having their their crimes, literally crimes, or what can I call it, the illegal or this greed that they have affect me and my schooling in real time. I saw, like, in this life, people that do have more will ride over you. So it's like life has trying for me, like trying to help bring out those negative aspects of being able to tell people off and talk my talk and do whatever I do, and being able to be conniving and whatever, so that I can stop playing myself and get ahead, so that I can stop being scared to stand up for myself, because it's like, no, I don't want to be a bad person. I know that my voice can be overpowering, so I don't want to scare them. Babes, those people don't mind doing that to you. So you need to get comfortable, because you need that side of you. When life hits hard and you need to climb your way out from the bottom, you need that side with you to get there. You do. You need that ruthless side with you. So yeah, that basically is the video. You do need that side because when life gets hard, and trust me, I've seen the bottom. I've went to bed hungry. I've seen the bottom. I've had people turn against me, and I'm like not even in my mid-20s. So when life gets hard, guys, and especially as women, men know this. They know that life has polarity, and if you can't jump in between both, if you cannot adapt, if you cannot change with the times, if you cannot call on your other side to be like, girl, get me out of the situation now, you will stay stuck. You will stay stuck. And I'm not here to talk about morality, okay? Maybe my opinions will change as I get older, but I'm not here to talk about that. That really is just your own personal choice, and you'll use your own moral compass. All I'm saying is that you need all sides of you, and you need to have a good understanding of all sides of you, so you can weaponize it and use it to your benefit, so that you can get to where you need to go. Okay? You want those girls to stop bullying you, and that time that you like can get down like that. So that one day you need to let that girl loose, bruh, so that people know to stop playing with you, like, genuinely. And you're gonna be like wondering, oh my gosh, does it make me a bad person? Time you're allowing things to happen to you.